Guys, hello, it's Stephen here. How are you all doing today? You've all just seen the team news that's come through. It's a very interesting team, isn't it? The big news is no Leroy Sane at all from the squad. He seems to be dropped from the squad, so that's absolutely fascinating. And no idea which way that's going to go, but no Leroy Sane in the squad, which means Phil Foden comes into the squad. But the team, anyway, I'll run through the team if you're just joining in. Also, hello to everyone joining the stream, because Sane's not there, this live stream. So welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining in, and hopefully we'll get the 3 points today. But yes, this is the actual team now. I'll run you through it. It's obviously Edison in goal. Then we've got Walker at the right back, Stones and Laporte. The return of Stones and Laporte as a partnership, I think that was deserved after Kompany, as much as I love him, had a bit of a mare last week. And then we've got Mendy at left back. Then David Silva as our captain, Fernandinho there, Mahrez, Sterling, Gabriel Jesus and Aguero. So obviously we haven't got Gundogan in there. Obviously got De Bruyne through injury. No Delph as a midfielder. No Leroy Sane. So who's going to be playing in midfield there? I would guess maybe Mahrez as a number 10, potentially, or Sterling or something like that. But we're going to have an interesting shape at least. And on the bench, you've got Muric, Kompany, Gundogan, Delph, Bernardo Silva drops to the bench, Otamendi and Phil Foden. So that is the big news there. Yeah. That's interesting, isn't it? What do you make of all that? I mean, obviously, you got to trust in Pep really with these things. The rumours going around that it's to do with Sane's attitude and that he hasn't been pulling his weight recently. I don't know. It's a guess. I can't pretend to guess I know what's going on in the actual, on the training pitch. It's a different thing entirely, but it's not good. I mean, hopefully this is a message being sent. Sometimes young players need a bit of a slap on the wrist to kind of get back in line. But, I don't think there's any injuries because Riam Machang Ayel said, is there any injuries? I don't think there actually is, but I guess maybe he's not taking the fact that he's not played well at the start of the season, has been on the bench that well. It's just a guess. I hate doing this speculation where I guess what's going on because it easily gets spread into misinformation. None of us know. Maybe some of the journals will actually know. But I guess if he's not there, it's because he deserves not to be. I kind of do trust Pep. Pep doesn't seem to get these kind of wrongs. So I'm Team Pep, not Team Leroy. I'm Team Manchester City, and whichever team we put out, as long as we win, I don't really care who goes there. So in general, we'll just kind of go for it. It'll be fine, hopefully. I won't be at the match today. Fortnite fun. I'm not there today because I've got stuff on after the game, so fortunately I won't be there. I went to the 18s this morning, which was all right. It was 2-2. No, Javier, I won't say that because Sam's a nice lad, so why would you try and get me to say that? It's strange. But yeah, no Bernardo as well on the bench. And also, Hudo Cham moaning there. Let's not like jump down his throat and be just as reactionary as most of these fans of other teams that we can't stand. We don't know anything yet. Morris isn't shit. We don't know what Sane's actually said. He could be having some bad moment post the World Cup stuff. We just got to play this out and be mature about it and be adults. We don't know how it's going to go yet. So let's just see what happens before we start pointing fingers at anyone and saying this, that, and that. We don't know. So let's not act like we know. Let's not go, he's shite, sell him, or sack Pep, or Morris is crap, whatever. Let's just, be adults about it. I know some of you maybe aren't be adults, but let's just kind of wait and see what happens really, because I don't know what's happened yet. None of us do, but obviously I'm going to presume it's some kind of message, and if he's getting that message, maybe he deserves it. Who knows? Anyway, it's not the ideal situation. Obviously, De Bruyne and Leroy Sane, two people who were very big last season for us. I'd rather they were there in the team, but this is just how it is. I don't think Sane's gonna leave. I think we'll just have to see him ride this out. But this is what happens in general, by the way, guys. When you get more players in a bigger squad, someone has to sit out sometimes, and that's just how it's going to be. As Coyote said, Sane's probably just maturing. No worries, Javier. No worries at all. I just think in general we should need to be reasonable about this because we never know how it's going to go. We always have to see how these things unfold. I think in life in general, see how things unfold, get the bigger picture, and then make a judgment with all the information. We don't know the information, and Pep has earned the right to be trusted on this one because the man knows what he's doing. He's a record-breaking manager, and I think some of these comments coming through. I think. I do too, MCF City, but there's no need for that language. But I think in general we should just trust Pep on this one and play it out. It could be that it might be, Sane's just not quite got his head right back together. It happens. Sane's got a bit of arrogance about him, but a lot of young good players do. And it could be also his biggest strength. He's also his biggest weakness. But that same biggest strength, his arrogance, also makes him a great player. So we just got to be patient on this one and see how it goes. On to the actual prediction of the game. Do you know what? I've not even looked at the Newcastle team yet. But in general, I'm expecting Newcastle to come here and just sit and park the bus. Because That's what they do when they play us. They might not, but I hope they do because we tend to, in general, kind of just do well. Carl said, this is amazing. Thank you very much. And Ali Mohammed says, Stephen knows best. Well, I'll take that. I don't know best, in fact, but I'm just trying to be reasonable about this. Malcolm reckons that this will make Sane better. He'll push through his place, no question about it, and it'll be all right come October. Yeah, I agree entirely. I think that's what it'll be. What formation is this game, bro? I don't know, mate. What formation does everyone reckon it's going to be? I think it could be Mahrez as one of the central midfielders, but a little bit further forward in the false eight that you usually see from De Bruyne or Silva. He might play more as a number 10. It could be that Sterling might play there. Sterling has the intelligence to run at people through the middle. Mahrez may be cutting in. It's going to be one of, in my opinion, it'll be one of Sterling or Mahrez there. Or it could be that it's just a traditional 4-4-2. I could see Mahrez. Sorry? Nicola has a man. Yeah, that's me. Sorry, Nicola's in the comments. She's moderating, doing a moderating thing. Nicola, say hello again. Cue loads of questions here in a minute that we know the answer. Video and audio is out of sync. Nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. It might be on my internet it's being a little bit slow. A lot of people kind of giving a little bit of stick to Mahrez. What I will say is, remember when David Silva joined us? Some of you probably don't remember because you're quite young, but David Silva was very quiet for the first couple of months of his career. David Silva, one of the greatest ever. Like I think Sane was quite quiet. A lot of people were saying, why have we bought this guy? He looks like a headless chicken. Seriously, people were saying that. I think Bernardo Silva was quiet for the first few months as well. People saying, oh, he looks lightweight, he can't do anything now, everyone loves him. If life's taught you anything, is be patient. That's the one big thing about football fans. They don't tend to be patient. Nicola's not single. Stop saying that. She's very happy with me. But anyway, be patient because Mahrez is a quality player and we just have to trust in the process a little bit. It's like learning quantum physics overnight with Mahrez, because City's style, what Pep demands, it's got a lot to learn. It's like, stepping into the orchestra and not having quite the same tempo as someone who's been trained by the best conductor in the world. It takes a while to get there, and Mahrez is a quality player, and we would not have signed him if he could not do something in this team. So the best of Leroy, I keep saying that, best of Mahrez won't be until the new year, I reckon. That's fine. He's there as a backup for now. He'll start games if he deserves them, if he does well in training, but we've got quality player. Mahrez is a class player. He just needs patience. Be patient, because people have a habit of not being patient. Carl reckons Sterling playing as a 10 in a 4-3-1-2. Potentially, yeah. Sane's not finished. Guy, stop it. And attacking has changed because of De Bruyne missing. But I'll go for the team again. As you can see, it's scrolling across the bottom. Edison, Walker, Stones, Laporte, Mendy. That's obviously for me, for at the back there. And then Fernandinho, David Silva, Sterling, Mahrez, Aguero, and Gabriel Jesus. So I think in general, that team is a bunch of attackers going forward. I think we might not see, it could be like some weird, like, 2-5, like some 2-1, like 5-2 or something like that, whereas Fernandinho drops quite deep into the back as we get back free, and Mendy and Thingy bomb forward. I suspect we're going to have loads of the ball here. It's just a load of attackers going forward. So I'm hoping today, on the 10-year anniversary of the takeover, yes, it's been 10 years, that we can put up a show for Sheikh Mansour. Anyway, I'm going to read some comments and drink my coffee very quickly. Loads of people joining in. Stones and Laporte are the future. I totally agree there, Hadley. It'll be great. Mexican Savage, if you prove you're worthy of being a mod, you can be a mod. I don't know anything about you, but your username, Savage, worries me a little bit. You're kind of giving off the wrong vibe there if you want to be a mod. I'm sure you're savage in modding people, but you need to prove yourself. Mendy's the reason why Sane doesn't start. Yeah, at the moment he's there because he's there on warrant and form, and we don't need that width. But that's where Leroy's got to make himself unplayable in training. He's got to put his head down, be able to slot into the middle, learn new things, and be really good. And he'll get there. He's only young. Sane's been dropped, but there's plenty of time for him. And sometimes players go in and out of form. That happens, and some are more temperamental than the others, but it's a long season. It ain't going in there for a while, so he's going to have to play out of this sulk at some point, isn't he? So you've got a long, long time. Brew, how are we don't get punished by Germany? What do you mean by that? I don't know what you mean by that. Thank God for Mendy. Aguero's having blinded or not. Aguero loves playing well against Newcastle, doesn't he? So that'll be interesting. But hopefully he'll score a few goals today. Why isn't Sane even on the bench? I don't know. Everyone's noticing it. Anthony Nasayan, notice me, SM. There you go. Notice, mate. I hope we don't get punished like Germany. Oh, yeah, like Germany. I get you now. I understand what you mean about the Sane thing. But one thing I want to say is at least Foden's on the bench. That's nice. If we get a few goals, maybe we'll get to see a little bit of him there. Jack, thank you very much for that. I don't know what... Is that Australian dollars? Jack, you're a hero. Thank you very much, mate. Who's scoring today? Aguero. It's got to be Jack, hasn't it? Aguero always scores. against Newcastle. I can see him scoring, I can see Sterling scoring. We just got to go at him. And do you know what? I've got a feeling today after the Wolves game, we're going to be really intense on it today. I always forget, by the way, there's a live sub count as well, so that's quite interesting. So if you're new to this channel and you're joining in today and you're like, oh, what's going on here? I'm a City fan. I talk about football stuff and I try to be honest and rational and not some reactionary knobhead. So subscribe to my channel if you're new to here and you enjoy Man City content, because I do loads of videos all the time. Not as much last week because I wasn't that well. I was quite tired actually. But coming up, there'll be loads of videos in the future. No Brahim Diaz in the squad once again. It's so hard for Brahim, and he doesn't seem to have gone on loan either. So I don't know what's going on with Brahim. So fingers crossed he can get some game time. I won't be telecasting because I'd get my channel shut down. So I'm not going to do that because that would be a very stupid thing to do. I'm not going to stream the game on here. I'd get the channel taken down. That would be a very silly thing. 22,000 subscribers gone like that. 5 for Aguero. Ryan, thanks for the shout out. Where's Bernardo Silva? Bernardo is on the bench. On the bench there, we'll go through that. We've got Muric there. Kompany's on the bench. Didn't play well last week, Kompany, so that's fair. Gundogan as well. Dropped to the bench by popular demand. Delph obviously is a backup defender. And then we got Otamendi there as well. And Phil Foden. So Foden, it'd be nice to see him. We haven't got loads of attacking options on the bench. It's just kind of really like fun. So it's kind of just really Foden there as an attacker. We've got Bernardo as well, actually. Sorry, I totally missed Bernardo out of my mind there for a second. City win this match by 8 goals. That's a very hopeful opinion there. Isaac, I've noticed you now. Adam saying, absolutely love the channel, Stephen. Thank you very much. What formation are we playing? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, unfortunately. What do you think about Mara starting? Good, bad, or not yet? We'll go for it. He needs to get these forms. So fingers crossed he'll get the form. The streams will be done, Shah. I can't pronounce your name, mate. Sorry, I'll try. The streams will be done for games that I'm not going to. So otherwise, I'm at a game normally that I won't be doing it. So most home games it won't be done before, and away games probably will be. Today I just can't make the game for various reasons, so I'm just doing a stream beforehand because I thought it'd get us in the mood for the game a little bit. So that's why it's a stream today. I'll be doing some live streams during the week though because I quite enjoy it. I've worked out how to do it now, and I bought like a nice new camera for it. So I'm like, I've got to do it because I want to. The youth match, good question, Nicola. Thank you very much. The youth match was the under-18s tour. I got distracted by some personal drama halfway through, so I forgot to. Jack, mate, you don't have to do the donations. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You're an absolute hero. Thanks, pal. But the youth match was 2-2. It's under-18s I watched. Kiki Simmons with a double. DiMaggio, right, Phillips setting some. It wasn't the greatest game ever, but we had a good second half fight back anyway. Another 5 goals for Aguero. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Cheers, Gabriel. That's very nice of you, mate. Thank you very much. I appreciate that loads. Do I think Bernardo will make the first team in the future? Potentially. He's really good, very young, so he's got a bit of time to grow still, but he's a very good little player. Leroy is not starting. If you're just joining in, Leroy, unfortunately, he's been dropped from the squad, and it's probably deserved. I would guess it is. I kind of trust Pep in this, so maybe it's 4-4-2 the formation. Maybe we've gone for Mahrez and Sterling out wide with Gabriel Jesus and Aguero. I used to get Jesus' name wrong all the time. People used to give me so much grief for that, saying it's not Jesus, it's not Jesus. Sorry, it is Jesus. It's not Jesus or Jesus, but now I get it right apparently, so that's fine. I don't get complaints anymore. Edison to score, that would be nice. Who scored the most goals in the league so far? I don't know. Who has scored the most goals? I don't know. Someone else will tell me that. I saw Alisson's howler, and just going to say, my Edison wouldn't be doing that. Love your style. Thank you very much, my friend. Can you do a watch-along live stream during one match? Malcolm, I will maybe one day do it, but I haven't really got set up to watch the game because I've only got one laptop and I don't trust my internet speeds at the moment, so I kind of test it one day and work out if I can actually do it. I'll test it like watching another game and streaming it not unlisted, see if I can actually do it. And if I'm not at a game one day, maybe I will do it. But as it is, I struggle to watch the game and talk at the same time because I like to talk, as you all probably know. Tobias asking, why did Sado Diallo leave for Wolves? I guess he didn't sign a contract. He didn't sign a contract. De Gea didn't sign a contract. And they've gone to Huddersfield and Wolves respectively. So good luck to them. Leroy or Sandler, who's more handsome? I'm going to go for Leroy. Yeah, I'll probably say Leroy. Tom Deli Bashir, what about him? Someone just said Tom Deli Bashir. I want Muric to play. Well, I want Edison to play too, so fair enough. Muric will play at some point, I'm sure. Foden is better than Fernandinho. Totally different roles, mate. And he's probably not yet, as much as I love Foden. He's not at the same quality as Fernandinho is. Carl, thank you for the donation. Very, very kind of you, pal. If you've got a question, Carl, let me know and I'll answer it. I don't think Otamendi will play much. That's a very good point, mate. Otamendi's got a bit of a fight to get into the team at the moment, but that's a good fight. Neves would be perfect right now. Neves would be very good. I'm sure we'll be looking at him if the rooms are correct. Marnie has the most goals for with Aguero on 3, so that should change hopefully by the end of this game. Oxford in the third round, that's a good question. I think that's a good one for us to play the young players. The 22nd, I think, in the League One at the moment, so they're struggling. It's not the Wigan thing. All right, Jack, another question. This is to help cure your ligma. What's ligma? What? I don't know what ligma is, mate. Score prediction, Ants. I'm going to go for 4-0. Watch me get absolutely mullered when this doesn't happen on a live stream. Oh, well. I don't know what ligma is. What's ligma? Is it something bad? I don't know. But whatever it is, I haven't got it, unless it's something I haven't got. Brahim could be a starter in the cup games, yeah. So, guys, don't forget to like this video, by the way. Give it a like. Oh, something to do with Fortnite, apparently. Please don't mention Fortnite. Stephen, comment on Jaden Braff for the future. I'd known absolutely nothing about Jaden Braff, so I can't comment. I've seen some little bits about him, and he looks kind of... Is Nicola Rio, someone said? Just kind of wave your hand over there, so if you see you. Maybe just jump in the background for half a second. You're not in the shot, unfortunately. Or maybe you are. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong one. Let me see if you're in the shot. Do it one more time. Wave your hand near the picture. There you are, Nicola. There's a little head, bless her. Nicola is real. Ligma is something to do with Fortnite, so I have no idea what it is. I don't play it. Fortnite makes me feel old. Anyway, Malcolm, I would love to join the Choi Jody for the kickoff one day. Fingers crossed he will do. 8-0, bloody hell. I don't agree with that, mate. It's just everyone's just saying Ligma. Oh, God, I feel old. Who do you think will score first? I'm going for Aguero. It has to be Aguero. It's against Newcastle, isn't it? So we always score against Newcastle. So I'm going for Aguero. Any more questions? Carl said, any news on Bolton? Carl, I think he played last night in the EDS. Well done, Ange. Ligma balls, apparently. I don't know. If anyone else wants to donate to say Ligma balls, go for it. Is it like Ligma balls, doesn't it? Are you all just trolling me to get me to say it out loud? You absolute bastards. I think they are, aren't they? Oh, absolute knobheads, a lot of you, unless you're not. Is the marriage confirmed yet? Not yet. One day. Who will be the next player to sign for us? Maybe Neves. Maybe we'll definitely go after a defensive midfielder. I think we all know we need a defensive midfielder as well. What's your score predictions anyway, guys? Let me know. Also, make sure to like this video. Give it a share on Twitter as well if you want to, you know, because it's nice to get people joining in these live streams. And obviously, the more blues we get involved in here, the better it's going to be. But this team, I think it's enough to kind of... it's enough to get us through this game against Newcastle. Newcastle, I'm sure, will defend. Rafa Benitez is a very good coach. They're obviously struggling a little bit in general. Look at the comments. Sammy, if also Sammy Lee, Sammy's a nice lad. Everyone's crying, laughing over all that stuff there. So I'm going to presume I've been absolutely mugged off. So well done, guys. You all got me. Is there a vlog coming? I'm not at the game, unfortunately. So, country, I can see what you're doing, so stop it. Thanks, Ben, for the prediction. 4-0, and thanks for the very nice comment. Apple. Someone just shouted Apple. Apple to you too. I like that. Good comment. Apple. Do you support anyone else, Stephen? No, I don't. I'm a City fan through and through. When I was a young lad, I used to watch a bit of Juventus because they were on Serie A, on telly, on a Football Italia. But that was when I was like 10, and I've not supported any other... I didn't support them. I just watched them because they were on TV, and I've only ever supported Man City, and that's it, and that's all I ever will support. Who won the Champions League? I don't know. Delph hat-trick, I will take that. Sterling better than Sane. Both equally as effective in very different ways. Technically, they're different. Sterling's so underrated in my personal opinion. Mustafa, I agree, and thank you. Stephen, would you mind Sterling leaving for Real Madrid? I don't want him to go at all, because you can't replace someone like Sterling very easy. It costs you 100 million to replace Sterling, so I'd rather not go. I'm going to ignore you, Tobias, for this reason that you've just done that. So, Tobias, your next comment, I'm going to remember and not reply because you typed in capitals and being a smart ass. Manchester's blue 5-0. That will do. Mohammed, I will try and speak a little bit slower, but there's so many comments going that I'm trying to keep up with them. So it's really hard because basically I'm trying to answer as many questions as I can. But then, Forsen Dillatronic on Twitter. Dilla is a nice lad. He's lovely, and he likes winding people up, but he's a nice lad. I've had a few chats with him in DMs, but I think he's a good person. So that's all we'll say. Hope Sterling gets a goal. He puts in such a shift every time. Yeah, James, I totally agree, mate. I think in general, I like Sterling's attitude on the pitch. I think he always tries his hardest. I think his intelligence is so underrated. He knows where to be and when to be there. So I would agree. I hope he does score. Am I part Italian? I'm not part Italian, but I've got a little bit of olive skin, I would say, haven't I? Yeah, I get asked that a lot, actually. So I get some people, like Spanish people, when I get really, like, you know, tanned as well. I can't really see it on the stream. Javier Rodriguez, thank you very much, my pal. You're a very nice person, so that's really decent of you, Javier. Cheers, thank you, pal. Brexit means Brexit. Yes, it does. Apparently. She must be a City fan. Others, you've got no chance. I don't know what it means, but no, stop with the married questions. Thorsten Weigl, very good player, and I'm sure if anyone could get his form out of him again, it probably would be Pep. He kind of reminds me a little bit of when Stones was at Everton, where he lost his form, but then he went to City and Pep got the best out of him eventually. Yeah, so he's very similar of him. I don't think we've got a buyback clause on Jadon Sancho, but I think we've probably got some kind of first option. Jadon Sancho's fantastic, so I'm kind of gutted he's gone, but that's just how it is. Neves would be perfect right now. He would be indeed. Say my name, Marcus. Say my name, Marcus. There you go. I went to school with Matt Smith. He seems to be doing well at FC20. Matt Smith is a lovely guy by the looks of it. He donated to this charity that I put up to. I sold the shirt for an auction just for charity, and Matt donated a whopping £100. So he's a lovely lad, doing very well over there, and his family seem lovely as well. Seems very intelligent and a nice person, which is always good. I'm so happy for him over there. So in general, I think most young footballers, if they've got talent, as soon as they turn 18, put them somewhere. It's better than the EDS. I watch the EDS most weeks, and it's just like. It's not the level they need to be to test themselves. And the EDA, even like the second division of Dutch football, the intensity of the fans over there is great. Abibi Kakaka, great name, mate, and thank you very much for the very nice comment. I'm not looking, Mehmet. I've ignored it. There you go. Bernardo Silva should get a run in the team, right, Steve? Yeah, he will do, and I'm sure he will do. And Charles is a very nice thing to say. See, if you want to be nice to a woman, Charles's comment there is sweet. That's just sweet. That's how you do it. Charles, you're a charmer. But back off. Slightly. And the team, anyway, let's go for the team one more time before I wrap up the stream. I'm going to wrap up the stream bang on at 5 o'clock, so we've got another 5 minutes. The team, once again, James, I did see the Alice mistake, and it was hilarious. The team, obviously, it's Ederson. And the back four kind of picks itself, in my personal opinion. Kyle Walker there at right back. Stones, Laporte. Actually, in my opinion, he's our strongest centre-back pairing at the moment. Stones looks imperious form. And then... left back is Mendy there, so that makes sense to me. Fernandinho in midfield, obviously, is going to be there. David Silva, then kind of like someone in midfield, maybe Sterling or Mahrez, but then it's Sterling, Mahrez, Aguero, and Gabriel Jesus. So it's a good, strong team, and it's enough surely to get the job done here. Bernardo drops to the bench, Otamendi on the bench, ones like Kompany as our defensive options, Delph there as well, Gundogan drops to the bench, and Foden comes in for where I guess Leroy Sane would be if he wasn't in what seems to be the bad book. So James, thank you very much, you charmer. So a lot of people who's just joining the stream saying, Nicola must be so confident from these streams, someone said. She's not even paying attention, but yeah, she trusts you all. She should be confident because she's beautiful. Arjun, thank you very much for the donation, pal. Which is the best team in all the land? It's Manchester City, of course. Top content, and you're a top person, so thank you very much. But the team itself, for me, it's enough. I think it's enough there to go at Newcastle. Newcastle, I'm sure, will sit back a little bit, and we've got to go at them, and we've got to go for the jugular and be at them from the off. If we get an early goal, the game will be over. The apartment is $895 a month, right? That's what we pay for it. It's nice. I like it. It's like we can afford it, and it's lovely.
That's without bills.
Without bills, obviously, but it's a beautiful apartment, and we wanted something nice, and we love this place as well. So this is how much we pay for our apartment. It's a strange question, but I answered it. I don't think the Arkansas J said, anyone know if Amazon are filming the season for City? I don't think they are, mate. I think it was just a one-off, and they got lucky because it was such a good season. It's not like an ongoing series. They do it with different teams and show different stories, and that was just about as good as it was going to get. Don't forget, by the way, if you are new, click that subscribe button right there. Make it go up. B171 and 172, then 173, 170. I would not say that, Tobias. Mohammed wants to watch the game. You'll find a stream, mate, somewhere. I'm sure you will. I'm sure someone will find your stream. Don't post it in here, though, because I'll get in trouble for having the streams in here. Is Mahrez in a centre attacking midfield role? Liam, we don't know yet. I'm sure we'll find out in half an hour from now. Otamendi should start according to Baby. Maybe he should do, but I think Stones and Laporte have earned it personally. So we should be okay there. Manchester City, go. I agree, Raja. Go on, City. Do you think Raheem will sign a new contract? I think he probably will do, yeah. I think we'll eventually give him what he kind of wants somewhere in the middle. It's just a long bargaining thing because they don't need to offer him more money. They can just play it out. I think it'll be okay eventually. Joel Freeman, thank you very much, mate. You're an absolute hero. You're my, as it stands, you're my favourite commenter. So thank you. Honestly, guys, you're all super kind for this. I just try and make videos all the time. I'm glad that you enjoy them. This live stream thing's a new one. It kind of looks alright, doesn't it? I'm not a graphic designer, I'll be honest with you, so this kind of thing around me is the best I could do. So I tried my best to make it look fancy for you all. But I'm glad you appreciate the content. And Joel, you're a top person. Thank you very much, mate. And thank you to everyone else commenting as well. I'm enjoying reading all your comments. Sorry if I miss it. It's just so many, and it scrolls so quickly that I can't always get all the comments answered. Do you think Delphi's underrated? I do think Delphi's underrated. I think it's fantastic. Sakar would normally be at the Etihad, but today I just can't make it for personal reasons. I normally would be there, but it's just one of those days. So I'm going to watch it because I've got to shoot out straight away afterwards. Is the starting 11 out for today's match? It is indeed. Nikesh, look at it scrolling across the bottom here. We've got the Edison in goal, of course. Then Walker, Mendy as fullbacks, Laporte, Stones, then Fernandinho, David Silva, Stones, I've already said him, Sterling, Mahrez, Gabriel Jesus, and Sergio Aguero. Jake, Upji, Sterling deserves the pay rise he's demanding. Some people will say that, yeah. I guess City have a very strict tier system for a reason. I think they will say if you can do it again this season, 100% you'll get there. Though I would say in general, De Bruyne is on a slight above level. Likewise, Aguero than Sterling. Sterling's dead close. He's got a right to say that, but I can understand why they won't. It's maybe somewhere in between what they will value him. So I think he will get the support if he doesn't, and he'll get the money eventually. If he, I mean, I can see the arguments for and the arguments against, but I think City will say that you reach the level now, which way is where you should be to get the money that you want, but you got to show it for more than 12 months, which I think probably is a fair comment as well. When I go on the True Geordie streams, I would indeed if they invite me, and I do live around there, yes, roughly. I'd love to go on the True Geordie thing one day. Hopefully they'll invite me on. I would love to. So maybe just tweet True Geordie and say get him on, and I'll go on there anyway. Edison wants to score goals, doesn't he? Yeah, he does, and hopefully he will one day score a goal. Sterling was phenomenal on the left versus Arsenal. He was indeed, and Sterling's a fantastic player. It's underrated. A lot of people asking where's Sane, and let's discuss it again. We don't technically know where he is. He hasn't got an injury, and I think it's generally just a form thing. He stank the place out when he came in against Wolves. He had a shocker of a cameo, but I don't think that's enough to drop him from the squad entirely because Pep is not that harsh. He won't drop someone unless he thinks they play badly for a reason in terms of the head's not there. So I'm wondering if his head isn't there because there's attitude concerns at the moment. And that's what Sam Reed did imply on Twitter as GITIAR35 said. So it's hard to say. Yeah, I agree, Jake. He certainly did win more points for us than any other player last year. Sterling's a quality player, so yeah. I think people underrate Sterling in general, but I agree, Jake. Very good point, mate. Because people forget that because he missed a couple of chances, but then again, so does everyone else. It's not his strongest point, but his understanding, his game intelligence is absolutely fantastic. Do you know what? I'll do another 10 more minutes because someone said, can you stream until 10 more minutes for the game? I won't go that far because I'm kind of hungry, but I'll do another 10 more minutes anyway. So what do you all make of the team news? What do you make of this potential match? What do you make of Newcastle's team? Because I've not even looked at that yet. Let me go and check on Newcastle's team because I'm genuinely curious to see how they're lining up and to kind of get a guess of how they're going to play against us. Because Newcastle famously kind of like to just sit and defend against us, and sometimes it works and often it doesn't. We've spanked them quite a few times recently. Look at their team moves. They've got Dubravka in goal, and Yedlin, Lascelles, Federico Fernandez, Kieran Clark, Dummett, Sung Young, Diarmi, Kennedy, Perez, and Rondon. It's not the worst Newcastle team ever. I still think they'll sit back and defend a little bit. That's what they tend to do against us in general. So I think I'm expecting them to just try and kind of hold the fort, which could be the worst thing they do. It invites us onto them with Mendy's crossing and so on. I think in general, if they do that, we'll win comfortably. But then again, I guess if they come out, we'll get behind them. I think in general we should win this game because Newcastle tend to don't like playing against us. And I'm hoping if we just have even just 90% of the focus that we need should be enough today. Winter transfer thoughts, Amand. I don't think we'll sign anyone. Maybe Neves, maybe, but I think in general it's hard to sign people in January. It tends to be like the exception as opposed to the rule. But maybe we'll go after Neves. It depends. You might need a keeper. It depends how we go on by that point with Bravo still out. We'll see. 5-4-1 at Kansas City reckons. Maybe, mate. Yeah, it could be. It could be like 3 at the back. Sorry that it's out of sync. I'm not sure what to do about that. Maybe refresh your stream. Maybe that will help as well. Yeah, Foden could get 20 minutes today. I would like that, Michael. That'd be really good, wouldn't it? I agree, Kanchi Sterling is underrated. I'm sorry that I'm out of sync once again. Off-world cult. I can't really do much about that. So, yes. Man of the match. Man of the match, I don't really know. It could be a big game for David Silva today. Once again, Aguero loves playing against Newcastle, doesn't he? He scored so many goals against them, so fingers crossed we'll see a little bit of Aguero madness as ever against Newcastle. Please say 1, 2, 3, Viva Algeria. There we go, and that one's for Riyad Mahrez and Sidhu Gaming. But I'm interested to see how this one unfolds. It isn't going to be easy, but then again, no Premier League game is easy, really. I mean, if we're at our very best, we make it look easy, but it isn't easy in general. So I think we have to be really alert today, because Newcastle could cause us problems. They'll try and play up. They'll probably try and sense how we played, kind of learn from what Wolves did against us, and they'll try and kind of like get in behind us, or maybe get a goal on the counter or something like that, and sit and defend. So I kind of want to make sure that the players basically turn up today and just kind of really go for it. Why is Pep not sticking with the same back four? Well, I think in general, Kompany got his chance this week and was largely rubbish, and Laporte and Stones have kind of earned the right to be the centre back pairing at the moment, in my personal opinion. What's for supper? We haven't decided yet. Pie, I reckon. We're gonna have some kind of pie, I reckon, because I've just been thinking about pie a lot recently. I'm really hungry. I've got a steak and cider pie or something like that. Sounds well nice. Can we work out how to beat Liverpool this year? I corrected it for you, Adzi. I think we can. So, in general, we should be all right. Right, anyway, guys, I'm going to go, because I'm going to go watch the game. So, I will see you all in a bit. Thanks for joining in this live stream. And I will see you very soon. I'll do a lot of match reaction after the game, of course. Thank you for watching. You've all been absolute heroes. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. And I will catch you after the game, of course. Right, let me work out how to stop this little bad boy, because I never know how to do this. So for now, you just kind of keep watching while I talk to myself and work out how to stop